The BJ02 banjo pickup comes completely wired to a NBGA jack assembly. Also included in the kit is some 2-part 5-minute epoxy, a stir stick, and the only thing you have to add is something to mix the epoxy on, and usually I'll use a little string bag. The banjo jack assembly mounts to the tensioning hooks with the same sort of apparatus that mounts the armrest to the hooks on the other side. So I'm just going to unscrew one side here so that we can slip it between the hooks of the instrument. And there we go. Banjo jack assembly is normally installed approximately 4 o'clock if you're looking at a clock face relative to the face of the instrument. I will slide this under the hook, and I will get the screw that I had put down, put it through there, line it up with the hole that exists, and tighten the screw down, and tighten the other one down. Make it good and snug. And the jack assembly is now solidly mounted to the banjo. Now, in the instructions it says to mount the jack assembly first, which we've done. If you look at the rim here, you'll notice there is no resonator flange. On most banjos where there is a resonator flange, if you fail to mount the jack assembly first, then you have no way of getting the pickup through the resonator flange. So it's always jack assembly first, and then we can slip the pickup inside the instrument and do the epoxy in. So here we are. I'm going to mix up a little bit of 5-minute epoxy from the epoxy that comes with the kit. Epoxy is made up of an A and a B part, and they should be mixed equally. So I'm going to cut the ends off here. I'll fold it over, and I'm going to squeeze out both the A and the B parts onto this piece of paper. And there's about 10 times as much epoxy as you're actually going to need to use. So there it is. Take my little stir stick, stir it up, and I'm just going to wait for a second. Now, when I position the pickup on the banjo head, I'm going to run the wire once or twice around the coordinator rod just to keep it out of the way so it doesn't come into contact with the head in normal use. So that pickup is placed right under the center foot of the banjo bridge. And I'm going to take this little piece of blue fancy electrical tape and just wind it around to secure that wire and make sure it doesn't rattle. So that part's done. Now I'm going to take that little bit of epoxy I just mixed up, and I'm going to take just a little bit of it, and I'm going to apply it to the pickup, and then I'm going to take the pickup and put it in place right over the center foot of the bridge. And this is where you kind of want a cup of coffee, because you're going to have to stand here for a couple minutes. It's a 5-minute epoxy, which takes about 6 minutes to set, go figure. I'm going to sit here for 6 minutes and keep the pickup in place. It's suggested that you do it by hand rather than doing it by holding it in place by tape, just in case the tape shifts. So we'll come back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so here we are. Banjo pickup's installed, the epoxy is hardened, and we can put the resonator back on and go play. I mean, that's all it takes to put it in.